You've probably seen those strange posts online. The ones that don't look like ads but still make you stop scrolling. This one simply read, "Need money fast? Try the 3-step ritual. $10,000 guaranteed in 24 hours. Underneath, there were no flashy graphics, just black text on a white background, and one single rule. Do not perform this if you are not ready to lose something important. It was posted in a Facebook group for urban legends and creepy folklore, so most people assumed it was fake. Some laughed at it, others joked about trying it. But for Ethan Walker, a 28-year-old mechanic from Ohio, it didn't feel like a joke. Ethan was drowning in debt. He'd just lost his job at a local auto shop. His landlord had given him 2 weeks to pay the overdue rent or get out. And worst of all, his younger sister, Lily, had just been diagnosed with a rare heart condition. She needed surgery. It would cost $10,000. Ethan stared at the post for a long time. He didn't believe in rituals, magic, or any of that. But he believed in desperation. When Ethan clicked the link, it took him to a plain website with only 3 sentences. 1. Write your name and date of birth on a piece of paper. Place it under your pillow at exactly 3:33 a.m. 2. Before the clock strikes 3:34, whisper your request into the dark. 3. Wait for the knock. Answer it, take what is given. And in small red letters at the bottom, the payment will be taken later. Ethan sat at his kitchen table with his phone glowing in the dim light. It looked ridiculous. It was ridiculous. But when you've got nothing left to lose, even the impossible starts to look possible. That night, Ethan stayed up until 3:33 a.m. His heart raced as he slipped a piece of paper with his name and birth date under his pillow. The apartment was silent, except for the ticking of the clock on the wall. At 3:33 exactly, he whispered into the darkness, "I need $10,000, please. I'll do anything." Nothing happened at first. Then, knock, knock, knock. It came from his front door. 3 slow, heavy knocks. Ethan froze. He hadn't told anyone about this. No one should be here, but the rules were clear. You had to answer. When he opened the door, there was no one there. Only a plain black envelope sitting on the welcome mat. Inside was $10,000 in cash. His hands trembled. He looked around the hallway. Empty. No footprints. No sound, just silence. Ethan's first thought was, it worked. His second thought was, what's the payment? The next morning, Ethan paid the landlord. He paid the hospital deposit for Lily's surgery. Everything felt like a dream. But that night, while washing dishes, he noticed something strange in the reflection of the kitchen window. A figure, tall, thin, standing in the dark corner of his living room. When he turned around, no one was there. He told himself it was just stress. He hadn't slept well. That was all. But over the next few days, things got worse. Objects in his apartment moved when he wasn't looking. The hallway light would flicker when he passed. And sometimes when he was alone, he would hear faint breathing behind him. A week later, at exactly 3:33 a.m., the knocking returned. 3 slow, heavy knocks. Ethan opened the door. This time someone was there. The figure was impossibly tall, wearing a black hooded cloak. Its face was wrong, like someone had drawn human features but didn't understand what they should look like. The eyes were too big, the mouth too wide, the skin paper thin. Its voice was like metal scraping against glass. "Payment is due." Ethan's voice shook. "I don't have any more money." The figure tilted its head. "We do not take money." Then Ethan remembered the warning. "Do not perform this if you are not ready to lose something important." He backed away. "What do you want?" The figure raised one long, pale hand and pointed toward a framed photo on the wall. It was of Ethan and Lily. No, you can't take her," Ethan whispered. The thing's grin widened. "The ritual does not ask. It takes," Ethan begged. He offered himself instead. He swore he'd do anything. The figure paused as if considering. Then it leaned forward. 3 nights. We give you 3 nights to say goodbye." And just like that, it vanished. Ethan collapsed on the floor, his heart pounding. 3 nights, 72 hours before Lily was gone. Ethan spent every moment with his sister. They went to the park, ate her favorite ice cream, watched movies late into the night. She had no idea what was coming. On the last night, Ethan didn't sleep. He sat in the living room, clutching a kitchen knife, staring at the door. At 3:33 a.m. the knocking came, but this time it wasn't at the door. It came from Lily's bedroom. Ethan ran in. The cloaked figure was standing by her bed. Lily was still asleep. Ethan lunged, slashing the knife through the air. But the blade passed right through the figure like smoke. It turned to him. The ritual cannot be stopped. Ethan grabbed Lily, trying to shake her awake. Her eyes opened, but they were empty, glassy, as if she wasn't there anymore. The figure touched her forehead with one long finger. And in an instant, she was gone. Not dead, not taken away. Gone, as if she had never existed. The bed was empty. The photo of them on the wall now showed only Ethan, smiling alone. Ethan screamed. He tore through the apartment searching for her. But there was nothing to find. No one remembered Lily. Not the neighbors, not the hospital. Even their parents had no memory of her. The money was still in his bank account, but it felt like poison. Every night since, Ethan hears the knocking. He doesn't answer anymore. He knows it's just a matter of time before they come for something else. If you see that post online, the one about the 3-step ritual, scroll past it. It will give you what you ask for. But the cost will always be more than you can pay. And if you ever hear 3 slow knocks at 3:33 a.m., whatever you do, don't open the door.